How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. BinanceUs made a burdensome deal with the SEC, says former SEC official. It's pretty much the deal I told you they'd make. BinanceUs and the SEC avoided freezing assets, and they are in turn going to not be touching any of their financials. Other assets are going to be maintained by holding companies, which will have possession, custody, and control in the United States of all fiat and crypto assets. So they're trying to make sure that funds will be separated now. So this is good. Everyone's kind of mad about it, but it's good for you because then your funds can't go missing if Binance in another country goes under. The agreement gives Binance 45 days to provide the SEC a list of every account or wallet under its management since December 1st, 2020, along with associated financial institution account numbers, and they must report all transactions greater than $1,000, along with the recipient names and reasons for any transactions that they did. So that, on top of them having to make sure their funds are separate, this is a very good move. A lot of people are mad, saying it's overreaching. But speaking of Binance, the Nigerian prince here opened his own Binance company and tried to basically squat on the Binance name. That way he could try and sell it to CZ. This is something that has been causing Binance issues, as people are masquerading as Binance and they're not Binance and they're doing things they shouldn't. So this is getting them some heat they shouldn't be getting. So onto the charts. Over on our total, we got a slight gap up, so we did jump up a little bit today. RSI is pointing up, stochastic's running up, money flow is still coming out, VWAP's pushing up, and our momentum's trying to come up. We are getting that secondary wave kind of peeking out, so just exercise some caution, because usually when it starts to round like this, we can come down. Over on our Bitcoin dominance, we were slightly down, so we're very indecisive, trying to push. We tried to push down, but sellers weren't able to. Buyers have pretty much maintained their pressure from yesterday. We're pretty much at a standstill. Stochastic's pretty flat. RSI is coming down. Momentum's starting to flatten out. Money flow's heading down. VWAP's starting to come down. So overall, we're looking kind of exhausted in my opinion here. However, you will get those signals when you are making a run up. So that doesn't always mean you're going to fall. But just watch out if we do start to get some red candles. Over on the futures, we got a slight gap up, so we do have a slight gap under us to fill now, and we are pushing up to this other gap, well, to our first gap, so we really haven't gone very much further. So we do have this secondary gap here, and now a mini gap here, so we have two gaps under us and two gaps above us from here. Stochastic is pointing up, RSI is pointing up, VWAP's breaking bullish. Money flow's pretty flat. Momentum wants to get a double green dot, so we're pretty indecisive here. Our stochastic is still in the bearish territory, so if it rolls over from here, our RSI could start to weaken, our VWAP could flop over, so watch out. We'll take a peek at the 1 hour. Our stochastic's pretty flat, RSI is flat, momentum's starting to flatten out, money flow's starting to flatten out, VWAP's testing that neutral. So that VWAP breaks bearish, we could see everything else start to fall as well. So just watch out for that. Over on Bitcoin, also if you want further analysis on these, just let me know in the comments and we will do some further analysis. Take a few more minutes, I don't mind. Just let me know if there's anything else you want added to these videos. I do them for you. Stochastic is running up, RSI is kind of flattening out. VWAP's trying to push out. Our money flow is flat under this bearish territory, so we do have a little more bearish strength than bullish strength currently on the daily. Momentum is pushing up though, so we are trying to push through these supports. We did try to come back in this pattern. We did get rejected, so if we see a red candle tomorrow, we could reject this value area low and see some further downside. Over on the 4 hour, stochastic's starting to curl over. RSI is trying to push up. Momentum's got a red dot, but it's starting to kind of flatten out, so it's not really sure what it wants to do. Money flow's been zigzagging around. It is currently bullish, so if this can maintain, we could push through this zone. We'll have to see if that can maintain and push through to the daily, at which point we may get a stronger move up. Our momentum is overall coming down on the 2 hour. We do have a green dot though. RSI is pushing up. Our stochastic has a bullish cross, but we are in the bearish territory. Our money flow overall is in the bullish territory, if I could speak, and we are trying to head up. So that's good, but we are at a bit of a resistance area at this 14. You can see we only got there as recently a couple times back here when we were above it. We kind of dropped below it. So just watch out if we start to slide. Our VWAP is slightly bullish, so we do have a little bit of a bullish momentum on our VWAP, our medium term. So if that and our stochastic can keep going up, as well as this green dot on our momentum, that could help push us forward. So it's not all doom and gloom, we're kind of indecisive right now. Our RSI is kind of flat, stochastic looks like it wants to curl over, momentum looks like it wants to do the same. Money flow is in the bullish territory and our VWAP is heading up. So if this maintains in the bullish territory, that could be good for us. We are higher than a 7, so we could see some bit of a pullback as we've had some real issues getting above and holding above this area. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on the next few candles and see if we push through this or if we fall flat. If we push through this, like I said, we could get sucked into the golden pocket again. Over on graph, we got good move to the top of our pattern, so we pretty much took the full move finally. RSI is heading up, stochastic's running up, VWAP's heading up, our money flow is heading up, and our momentum's heading up. So we're going to get rid of this pattern since it was a 50-50 pattern. That way we don't get confused with any new patterns that come. Our 4 hour, our stochastic's trying to run up, RSI's trying to push up, momentum's trying to curl, VWAP's overall getting lower highs. Our money flow is in the bullish territory, so the 4 hour is bullish for the trend, so that is good. 2 hour, we have a bullish trend on money flow as well, so that's good for us. Our stochastic is heading up, but we're getting lower highs, even though price is getting slightly higher highs, so we have a slight bearish divergence there. Our momentum is trying to push up, but we are pretty overbought and could start to curl. Our money flow is also around at 11, about 12. This is an area we keep dipping from, so watch out if we do get rejected. Our VWAP is also struggling to get newer highs, and the medium term looks like it's starting to get exhausted, so just be mindful. Over on the 1 hour, we have a red dot on our momentum and our RSI. Our stochastic's starting to curl over, RSI is pointing down, money flow is heading down, about to test that neutral. So if we go into the bearish territory, we could end up getting a bearish trend, as we were in the bearish territory, kind of peeked out of it, and got a little bit of a move up. So this move may not last if we go back into the bearish territory, and our momentum looks like it could start to round here as well. So I'd watch the next few candles on almost everything. Over on Anchor, we'll go from the daily. Our RSI is starting to round off, stochastic's trying to push higher. We're trying to get through that neutral area, so we'll have to see if we can actually manage. Our VWAP is trying to head up, money flow is coming out, our momentum is trying to curl up. So we are looking alright. We do have like no volume in this area here, so it is possible we could get a sharp jump up if we do get some bullish momentum past here. Over on the 4 hour, our stochastic is falling, RSI is trying to head up, but overall getting lower highs. Momentum's getting a red dot, starting to curl. Money flow looks like it is overall starting to slightly trend out. Our VWAP is testing that neutral and wants to break bearish. So the next few candles are going to be pretty important, as we could slip into a bearish trend from here. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic wants to get a bullish cross, so that could help propel us forward. Our RSI is getting lower highs though. Our VWAP is trying to break through that neutral to the bullish side. And our money flow overall is heading down, but it is trying to curl back up, so we'll have to see if it can maintain this bullish momentum. Over on the 1 hour, our money flow is testing bearish. We are flashing red currently. RSI is curling down, stochastic's starting to curl down. Our momentum has a green dot that wanted to push us up, but we're starting to round off. Our VWAP looks like it could curl over, so the 1 hour is looking like we could give up some gains here, and we may slip into the bearish territory, so I'd watch very closely. I'd say probably by tonight you should have a decent idea where we might end up going for the next couple days. RSI is going pretty flat here. Momentum's coming in the bearish territory, but it wants to curl. Our VWAP's trying to head up. Stochastic wants to get a bullish cross, but our money flow is starting to curl out and head toward that neutral zone still, so we're not very strong on that money flow for XRP yet. We do have a slight ascending triangle here that could help push us up. Our stochastic is starting to curl and roll over though. RSI is pretty flat. Money flow is in the bullish territory. Our VWAP is losing strength though, and our momentum's starting to curl. So I'd say we do have some bullish signals, but we could slide into bearish territory. I know I've been saying that pretty much for everything, but remember we do have this pretty much double top that we're forming, and we could see further downside from. Our stochastic is trying to get a bullish push, so that could be good for our RSI. Momentum's trying to come up, money flow's overall rounding out, VWAP's looking weak, but our money flow wants to get a little bit of a recovery, so we'll have to see if it can maintain bullish momentum and push higher. If it does, we may kind of invalidate this double top, and we could see some sideways action. Our RSI is overall starting to kind of curl out here on the 1 hour. Our momentum's getting a red dot and lower highs, so we could get a bearish divergence that pushes us down. Our stochastic is getting bearish cross, money flow's starting to head out, and VWAP's testing neutral. So overall, we have everything leaning more bearish looking than bullish currently. Finally, on algo, we are getting a little bit of a push through this Fibonacci level. I'll have to pull that out right there. So we are getting a little bit of a push through here. So that is good for us. Our stochastic's running up. RSI is trying to run up, but it looks like it could start to curl. VWAP's pushing up. Money flow is going up slightly, but starting to curl. So watch out if it starts to flatten out. Our momentum wants to push up, so we do have some hopeful signals. Over on the 4 hour, you can see we kind of touched our other channel that we had, and then we rejected away. So that's not very good, as we didn't manage to break that resistance. We'll have to see if we can bounce here and make another retest and break through. Our money flow is heading up, stochastic's heading down, RSI is trying to curl up. We are pretty overbought with it, but we are trying to curl up and head back up. Momentum's starting to curl with a red dot, and our VWAP is testing that bearish territory, so overall we're very indecisive. We did get rejected from a resistance, so I'd be careful. Our momentum on the 2 hour looks like we could get a little bit of a curl, so that could be good for us. Stochastic's trying to do the same. RSI is trying to curl as well. VWAP's trying to point up. Money flow's starting to lose though, so we are very mixed. Most of our signals want to curl up, but our money flow's starting to inch away. Over on the 1 hour, our money flow did kind of bounce off the neutral and head back up, so we are getting a decent bounce on the 1 hour. Momentum's curling up and wants to come back up. So we could test the neutral zone in the next few candles, possibly sometime tomorrow. Our RSI is starting to slide, and our stochastic is trying to push forward. VWAP's testing that neutral zone, so we want to just break into the bullish territory. We'll have to see if we can maintain the momentum and get some further push. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.